Why universities might not be worth it in an AI job market. For decades, we've all been told the same story. Go to a good university, get a good degree, and you'll be set for life. It was supposed to be the safest bet you could make. But what if that promise is broken? In a world where AI is rewriting the rules of the job market, that dream is turning into a nightmare for millions. The latest data from the New York Fed is in, and it's not pretty. The unemployment rate for recent college graduates climbed to 5.7% at the end of last year. But that's not even the worst part. The underemployment rate for recent grads has hit a staggering 42.5%, meaning almost half are stuck in jobs that don't even require a degree. So it's time to ask the uncomfortable question we've all been avoiding. Is that expensive university degree still a safe bet? My name is Scott Lindsay, and I've spent my entire career helping organizations understand risk, strengthen operations, and grow with confidence. I've served as a chief risk officer, chief compliance officer, director of internal audit, and even CFO of a publicly traded bank. I've worked with global financial institutions, led enterprise-wide risk programs, and guided executive teams and boards through some of the most complex operational and regulatory challenges you can imagine. And I'm not just a corporate guy, I've been an entrepreneur too. I founded and grew an internet solutions company that served more than 85 financial institutions, hundreds of thousands of customers, and government agencies across multiple jurisdictions. So trust me, I know the highs and the headaches of the job market. Here's the truth. The job market is never as good as it looks, or as bad. Let me give you my perspective on the future and its prospects, and then we will discuss a solid game plan for navigating the brave new world ahead. Okay, let's get into it. Section 1. The problem, the collapsing market. For generations, you knew the rules. Study hard, get the grades, walk across a stage, and get a job. That path, that promise, is now fundamentally cracked. Let's talk numbers. The unemployment rate for recent graduates isn't just a number in a vacuum. It's now higher than the rate for the entire workforce, which is a historic reversal. But this isn't just a temporary slump. The very foundation of what a university offers is cracking under its own weight. Even before AI became a household name, undergraduate enrollment in the U.S. had already been falling, dropping by nearly 15% between 2010 and 2022 as tuition costs went through the roof. Students and their families were already starting to wonder if the investment was worth it. Now, with AI on the scene, that return on investment has collapsed for many. We're seeing a flood of graduates armed with expensive degrees, sending out over 100 applications only to get silence in return. Or worse, a notification that the role they applied for is being automated. The promise wasn't just about getting a job, it was about starting a career, securing a stable middle-class life. For a growing number of graduates, that promise is evaporating the second they get their diploma. Section 2. The agitation. The three hidden forces working against you. So why is this happening? It's not just one thing. It's a perfect storm of three powerful forces, creating a system that feels completely rigged against new graduates. Force number 1. The AI gatekeeper. Before a human being ever sees your resume, it first has to get past the robot bouncer. I'm talking about applicant tracking systems, or ATS. Nearly 99% of Fortune 500 companies use these automated programs to filter job applications. Your resume, which you spent hours perfecting, is scanned for keywords and formatting. If it doesn't match the exact unspoken rules the hiring manager set up, it gets tossed into a digital black hole. You could be the most qualified person in the world, but if you use the word managed instead of led, you might be silently rejected. This isn't a bug. It's now a feature of modern hiring, and it creates a soul-crushing cycle of rejection for millions. Force number 2, the experience paradox and the ghost job epidemic. If you've looked for a job recently, you've definitely seen this. The entry-level position that requires 3 to 5 years of prior experience. It's a paradox that has become a cruel joke. How are you supposed to get experience if no one will give you a job to get that experience in the first place? A huge part of this is the decline of the on-ramp into a career. Companies are scaling back on training, asking themselves, with AI handling so many routine tasks, why should we foot the bill to train a new grad from scratch? This is made even worse by the rise of ghost jobs, postings for positions that don't actually exist. Companies post these to project an image of growth, keep a pipeline of candidates on standby, or just because they forgot to take the listing down. Some analyses suggest that as many as 1 in 3 job postings may never result in a hire. You pour your time and energy into applying for an opportunity that was never real, making you feel like you're just shouting into a void. Force number 3, the great devaluation. This is the force that ties it all together. AI isn't just changing hiring, it's devaluing the very skills universities spend 4 years teaching. According to a Pluralsight survey, a staggering 74% of IT professionals worry that AI tools will make many of their skills obsolete. Think about that. By the time a student graduates from a 4-year program, a huge chunk of their technical training could already be on its way out. We're even seeing reports that job growth in fields like information technology has languished over the past year. The relentless pressure to learn and adapt is something a traditional degree was simply not built for. It's a brutal landscape out there, and I want to know if this sounds familiar. Have you run into these impossible entry-level job requirements? Have you sent out hundreds of applications into the void? Let me know in the comments below what your experience has been. Subscribe now. Your story is part of this massive shift we're all trying to navigate together. Section 3. The solution. The new rules for a new economy. After all that, it's easy to feel hopeless. But if the old playbook is useless, what's the new one? If you want to thrive in this new job market, you have to stop playing by the old rules and start mastering the new ones. Rule number 1, become a skill builder, not a degree collector. The market has shifted from rewarding credentials to rewarding what you can actually do. A growing number of employers are moving to skills-based hiring, where your capabilities matter infinitely more than the piece of paper on your wall. While many companies talk about this, the tech industry is one place it's actually happening. One survey found 78% of tech companies have put skills-based hiring into practice. So focus on getting demonstrable skills. Look into trade schools, which can cost a fraction of a 4-year degree. Explore apprenticeships that let you earn while you learn, and embrace micro-credentials and certifications that validate specific real-world job skills. This is about building a custom toolkit for the career you want, not the one a standardized curriculum tells you to have. Rule number 2, double down on uniquely human skills. AI is brilliant at processing data and handling routine tasks, but it's terrible at being human. The skills that are becoming most valuable are the ones machines can't replicate: genuine creativity, emotional intelligence, complex problem solving, and true leadership. The future belongs to those who can work with AI, using their human judgment to guide its powerful capabilities. These soft skills are no longer just a footnote on a resume. They're becoming the core differentiator in a market flooded with technical knowledge that can be automated. Rule number 3, use AI as your teammate, not your replacement. The fear is that AI is coming for your job. The reality is that a person using AI will come for the job of someone who isn't. The most successful people in the next decade will be those who master AI as a tool to amplify their own abilities. Some universities are catching on. Ohio State, for example, launched a major initiative to help students learn how to use AI tools effectively, learn how to prompt, learn to use AI for research, for brainstorming, and for handling the repetitive parts of your job. Don't see AI as a competitor. See it as the most powerful assistant you've ever had. The conclusion: the old safe path of degree first, job later is fading. We can't keep telling the next generation that a university degree is a golden ticket, because for many, it's become a lottery ticket with worsening odds. But this isn't a story of doom and gloom. It's a story of adaptation. The future doesn't belong to the person with the most credentials. It belongs to the person with the most valuable skills. The real question isn't whether you have a degree, but what you can do that a machine can't. It's about building a portfolio of skills, cultivating your uniquely human creativity, and embracing a lifetime of learning. That is the new promise. That is the new safe bet. Before we go deeper, if you're a small business owner who's tired of chasing customers and wants to build something that lasts, hit that like button and subscribe. We drop new strategies every week on managing risk and building resilient businesses. And drop a comment telling me, what's your biggest challenge with customer retention right now? If you're ready to future-proof your career and learn more strategies for thriving in the age of AI, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.